Hello there, what is going on everyone? Today we are going back to the Snapships Tactics Swarm box to come up with some custom builds, and hopefully you guys will get inspired just as I have been playing around with all of these pieces and also going back to some of the stuff from the starter box. And we're gonna go kind of crazy. We're gonna let our imagination run wild and see what we can come up with. We're gonna try to come up with stuff based on some of the starter builds, and maybe we'll see what evolves from that. We're gonna also have the two drones that we started off in our unboxing of the Swarm box, and we're gonna go a little bit further than that. So if you like what you see here, you can check it out in the description below. This is live now, so you can pick one of these up. You will want to have a core set, a starter box already, but this gives you a whole lot of extra stuff that you can use to sort of ramp your fleets up a bit and give yourself some more cool, groovy customization options, including new cockpits and new armor panels and all sorts of extra bells and whistles that you're going to find in this box. So let's go ahead and jump in. Also, I want to thank Snapships Tactics for sponsoring this video. And if you like what you see here, definitely check them out in the video description below. Let's dive into the next build. All right, so we're going to start out with our DA63 turbine drone. We've got those big old turbine pieces right here. And I mean, the instructions are very simple to put everything together. We're just going to get our pieces that we're going to be using in this first step. And we're going to start with a square in the back, and we're going to start with a sort of our pentagon upside down like that. And then this is going to go in the back like that. That's not too difficult. And we're going to get our little wing pieces that are going to be facing downward. And this is fun because maybe you want them facing upward and you want to just flip this whole thing upside down. You can totally do that as well. But we're kind of getting a little bit of a shark fin or like a fishy sort of vibe from this one, which is super cool. We're then going to take our pieces here, our turbines, and we're going to put these in at an angle. And that's one of the cool things about the this sort of starburst sort of connection piece here, is that you don't have to just go perpendicular up and down. You can go diagonal as well. So that is pretty cool. And we're going to do this one like right there, and then this one right. Oh, wait, not sideways, but there we go. All right. So this is giving it that thrust, that lift right there. And then we're going to get some more pieces. We're going to get that gun, this flat panel, and this forward piece. And we're going to put this flat panel on top. And we're going to put this gun on here. And we're going to put this one right in there. And we're going to go like that. And bam, there we go. That is our drone. Now, that was super simple, but maybe we want to change things up a little bit. Maybe now, what do we want to change on this? Maybe we want to change the gun. Maybe we want to add some more pieces. There's a lot of things we could do. Maybe I want to get rid of the gun and put, a different piece on here. Maybe I want to add a couple more blocks and add, bigger guns coming out the side. So a lot of those things we can do. And if you're wanting to take it to even the next level, there are some additional ones that are going to use additional pieces from the starter box. So again, you've got some drones that you can make everything self-contained within the Swarm box, but there's also stuff from the starter box as well. And you're going to want that starter box for a number of really cool reasons. We also have, we did the K-Swarm already, but we haven't done the K-Dive yet, the ambush drone. So let's take a look at the K-Dive. All right, so here we've got our K-Dive, and he's an ambush drone. We're going to start off with, again, same two pieces. That do seem pretty standard. We're going to go ahead and connect those like according to the diagram. We're going to have this big old spiky tail out there. This one is nice for ramming, just driving it directly into your opponent's chassis. Next up, we have our pieces here, and they're going to go this way, 1 and 2. There we go. And we flip the page. This is super simple, and every time I mess with this, I say to myself, I'm like, okay, I want to do more and more. We want to go this way. No, that way. Okay, like right there on the back side. And then we've got these side wings, which look really cool. I'm excited to play with them. All right, so the side wings are interesting because they each show kind of one of these on the outside and one of these on the inside. And this is the beauty of this faction, is those mobile wings, right? Because look at this. We can have them go in like that or straight out if they want to slow down, or they kind of have the dragonfly thing going on, or they can just have them go straight forward if you're going to jam them in. But I kind of like them angled a little bit farther back, like so. So that's fun. Let's go ahead and get the next one. And he's going to go in there. And we're going to have this guy in the front. And then this guy in the back. And then we're going to connect it right there. Boom. And angle those backwards. Now this is a really slick piece. It's really starting to come together. And then we're going to put this little launcher on the back. And then the guns on the front. Boom. And we have our dive. Look at that. This is fun, but this is just the beginning. We still have these options we can use if we want to launch stuff. And we have all of our spare parts. Now you are restricted as far as if you're going to be running like the dive ambush drone, right? You're going to be restricted by one wing upgrades. We have the dual wings on there, and then the Gauss cannon and the ram spike. And other stuff you can add, which would just be for decoration. But you could get different wings that you could put on there. You could run these, right? You could run you could run two guns. If you don't want to run the ram spike, you could run two different firing weapons. You might run out of energy if you wanted to do that. Or you can just build something fun and just play with it as well. And so it's time to pull out all of the extra stuff. So going back to what I was saying is there's so much of a toy factor, and you can see as I pull this out, I've got some very small ships that are simply like a cockpit and wings that I've been playing around with, and some larger ones like this guy right here. And then everything ranging from extreme stuff to, like, I had built a mech. This was like a walker, like a Voltron mech. One of these guys right here. It had all kinds of extra stuff on the back. One of the big problems with trying to do a walker that's a little too big is that as balance. So I had put these connecting pieces here as extra supports. So this was a fun one. And there's so many kits out there, not just from Snapships Tactics, but from the Snapships line itself, from the toy line that you can add on. Here's another one of my favorite wing pieces right here, which is really cool. So there's a lot you can do. Let's have some fun. All right, we're going to just do a custom build from scratch and sort of demonstrate what you can do as your collection grows and how you can incorporate some of these parts. So I'm going to start with one of these pieces and one of the square bricks. So one of the pentagrams and one of the cubes, and we're just going to go like that. And we're going to have this one extend downward a little bit, like so, kind of like that. We're going to go back again into another penta, and we'll go down and down again. So now we've almost got sort of a dog body, right? And we're going to go forward one more, like that. That's how we're going to start it out. And we're going to fill this thing out. So one of the first things I want to do is the cockpit. I'm going to use the brand new cockpit, and I'm going to put that right there. And then I'm going to also start with these new armor pieces, this plating. We could just do one on the top, which would look pretty cool. But I want to have them both on the side. So let me go ahead and do that. There we go. Boom. And boom. And now we've got that on the side. We're good to go there. We could do some wings. I definitely like these larger style wings. We can have them go down like that. I might want those in the back though. So let's go ahead, and I should be using my actual piece here to actually disconnect them. But we're going to go ahead and drop those big wings in the back, and I'm going to have multiple wings because I also really like this piece here. I like movable wings, and if I go ahead and drop these guys right on there, now I've got top wings and bottom wings that I can do. It's almost like an X-wing too, so this also appeases the Star Wars fandom within me, which is definitely something that I like to do from time to time. If you follow the channel, you know me well. Now we've got a lot of other cool things we can do. We want to put some engines in the back. We've got different types of engines. We can do, I kind of like these. I'm going to put those kind of that way, right? And maybe we'll take one more. So maybe these are high-speed thrusters, and we're going to put this one in there for more low speed, right? And we've got so much more. We need and this is one of my favorite pieces. I'm going to put this one right here. No, maybe I'm going to put them underneath. No, I think that will work. So these are these handlers, and they come out, and they're very insect-like, but they kind of can collapse in, and whoosh, and then they can come out and mess with stuff. And oh, I love them. I love them. This is the, I don't even care if it's tournament legal or not. I just I want to play. Oh, this is so much fun. Okay, so we've got that one on there. Now we need some guns. We need these are big. Or we could go on the sides. We could do two big guns right on the sides, right there, which is groovy, and they can adjust a little bit. We do have a spot in the center. Some of the cockpits go straight forward and they poke out. Some kind of rest on top. I'm going to put missiles right in the front there. So now we've got missiles in the front. And we can do all kinds of extra stuff. We can put some just plating on there to do that. I'm going to put these like this little heat sink sort of thing right there on the top there. And we're going to do, we got some rocket pods here in the back. And it's all starting to come together now. And we just did this sort of right before your very eyes. And I want to cover up all the plating, because there's a lot of plates and things that you can use to cover up the holes. And so a lot of that, but you don't want to cover them all up, because you do want to leave room on the bottom for a flight stand to go in there. So let's get this thing on a flight stand. Now the flight stands come in multiple sizes, right? So you can do a smaller base or a longer base. But even if you go with the longer base, sometimes you might have wings that go down too low. This one is not, this one doesn't suffer from that. But you might also find that when you're playing the game that you're getting too close to another ship, and then maybe the wings are touching and things like that. One of the cool ways to kind of raise or lower your ship is just use extra pegs. I might want to put two more of these on here, and then boom, and then just raise him up that way. So you can also do that and then fly him out there. And we're going to call, I don't know what we're going to call this guy. Let me know a good name for this ship down in the comments section below. Plus, we are still doing that $25 Amazon gift card giveaway. So if you're already subscribed, all you have to do is leave a comment on this or one of my videos to enter to win that. And he's ready. He is ready. He's ready to shoot and rip your ship apart and then get away fast. Yes. Very cool. But it wouldn't be a custom ships video without me kind of going over the top and showing you the biggest build I've ever done. And it's this Big Bertha right behind us. This is a massive, massive ship, and I don't even think I can fit it all on screen at once. So I just wanted to have these other guys here for scale. This one defies all rules of the game. It is so many kits. I have gone out and purchased a lot of extra kits over the years, and I wanted something that was sort of Star Wars inspired, with the dual bridges up at the top, sort of inspired by a Venator Star Destroyer. We've got lots of exterior facing guns, Star Destroyer-esque guns kind of facing outward over here. We have so many missile launchers and forward-facing guns, and then down here towards the bottom we have more guns down here. The name of the ship should just be guns, 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 more guns, missiles, and don't forget the guns. We have some of the wings are actually movable a little bit, so we have a little bit of navigation. I imagine the ship isn't meant to be particularly fast, but it does an awful lot. It has a million and one things going on with it. It's really a fun ship. We did use extra pegs on there. This is a 3 flight stand ship. It's I'm using 3 to keep it balanced. We've got some big engines in the back meant to sort of mimic Star Destroyer engines, and we've got some big ones with lots of smaller ones too, to kind of give the size a little bit of meaning and depth and scale and contrast. I also want to point out one cool thing. This was from a different kit, but some of these are little gunner pods that actually open and close, kind of like cockpits. So that is a really fun thing. Again, also, so do the bridges. They open up to put your pilots and your figures in there, which is also a really cool detail. Again, this is so much fun to build and design and put all this stuff together and just play. And the beauty of it is that when you're done playing with just building stuff, you then get to actually fly them and see how they actually do. Although granted, multi-base ships like this one are a little bit too big for a standard game. I'm sure you can come up with your own rule set to make them work. I'm curious if anybody out there, if you're watching, if you've done that, let me know down in the comments section below. It is really, really fun. As long as you can fit it on a single base, though, you can still fly it. Although generally you are encouraged to make sure you're running upgrade cards. So if you have it on here, you should have the card. If you have the card, if it's on the card, it should also be on the ship. So it's supposed to be, for the most part, what you see is what you get. You don't want to deliberately mislead people, but at the end of the day, as long as your opponent, if you're just playing casually, as long as your opponent is okay with you just running something wild and crazy, then run something wild and crazy and have fun with it. Like this guy is like, he's like a samurai ship, isn't he? That is just so cool. I literally love these. They are so much fun, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. And again, if you want to check out the Snapships Swarm Box or any other awesome Snapships Tactics products, check the link in the video description below. And hopefully you have as much fun as I have, if not more, with your own ships. These are also great family games. These are really, really great to play with your kids and your family and your inner child as well. Unleash your inner child with your real children, or if you don't have real children, unleash your inner child and play with your friends or play solitaire. There are AI rules as well. So even if you have no friends, you can still play this game and have a great time with it. That's going to do it for this video. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Big thanks to Snapships for making this happen as well, and for sponsoring this video. And big thanks to my patrons. You guys are absolutely out of this world and help make this whole channel possible. Thank you so much. I will talk to you later. May the force be with you. Live long and prosper. Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. So say we all. And always wash your socks.